fucking recording for the podcast.
Who is?
Us.
We always do this.
Not the last few times we didn't do it. Just remember that.
This is Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
I mean,
I was like so
Ready Player One.
okay, but this deserves the podcast.
Like, yo,
This movie kicked ass.
I was about to say,
I deleted all my notes.
first and foremost, oh, you deleted them? First and foremost,
No, we're gonna-
check out our video review if you want to get a more in-depth, because I feel like the majority of this, since we're on an audio, like it's going to be like reference. Yeah, repetitive references. But if you want to check out our video, also subscribe, YouTube. Check out our review. Guys Night Movies.
This movie was phenomenal.
Yeah, so kicking
my
things
God.
off, I loved it.
Yeah,
What
I
can
think
you
that's
say
the
about it?
consensus.
Steven Spielberg at his best.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally loaded with 80s nostalgia, practically blended with perfectly
This
with
was like Spielberg's
each-
like wet
each
dream,
generation
like,
stuff.
everything he could throw.
Like there is something in here for like any age group. Like any age group of nerd will see there is something in there for them.
Because that's the thing, like, they also, like, it's cool. They had fucking Battletoads in there.
Yeah.
I saw
I was
that.
like,
I
they have the
saw that.
Battletoads? I'm like, really? Their references,
Marvin the
yeah,
Martian.
as
is in
far
there.
back as, like, actually the 30s, because King Kong, but then they have references where you have, like, Master Chief with his squad just running into battle
the
with
Halo,
Smart.
Kratos. I definitely saw Kratos in the background.
I missed him. I didn't catch
I think
that.
it was a perfect.
Power loader.
What?
It was a perfect blend of like people's love for video games and people's love for movies.
For movies. It was
It's
perfect.
match.
it's pop culture. This
Yeah.
is like literally the pop culture movie.
It's a tribute to
Everything.
I can't
came
wait for
before.
this to come out on Blu-ray or something. I'm definitely buying
When it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm legit just going to freeze frame the entire
Oh, yeah.
and just
frame
count.
by frame.
I hate to say this, but this might actually knock Black Panther out of first place.
Oh no, it did. Oh well, it lost last week to Pacific
you mean
Rim,
like-
but it was barely.
Wait,
it was
wait,
barely.
Pacific Rim beat Black
But
Panther?
Well, because Black Panther's
True,
been out for
it's been out for a while.
Exactly,
It's the highest
but it
grossing Avenger, but
right
We're
now.
not talking about that shit. We'll talk about that in like
Infinity War.
Yeah.
3 weeks from now.
Ready Player One though, hands. I will say this. Just I want to get my negative out the way. The story in a couple places is a little dry.
you know what though? I
It was a
didn't
little
have that
long.
issue.
I didn't-
2 hours
Yeah,
and, like,
2.5 hours.
I don't
It
think
didn't bother. It didn't feel that long. It didn't feel like 2.5 hours.
It didn't. And I got the scene where like he's out of the Oasis and he's talking to the girl on the roof.
I think it's
I
just
felt
because
like it wasn't necessary.
I think it's
I think it
because
was.
the ending battle was so epic, it made the rest of the movie kind
Seem
of
a
like
little
Bogged down.
a little lower.
Well,
But
this
which makes sense. It's supposed to be the best at the end.
I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie. I would have liked to seen more of like classic, the more 80s. Like when he's like, "Hey, you want the ship from Galaga? I can get you that." I would have loved to actually see
Yeah.
that come in, or like any of the ships that the guy had at the beginning.
I think a really good
It would have
example.
been awesome to see the fucking Battlestar Galactica one. just
Yeah,
come the fucking
yeah, like that's the
first
thing. I
second
feel like that was a missed opportunity. Like they
Yeah.
could have used so much more, but they used enough. I think the real thing is that and this movie came out this year. Game Night. Game Night had a really good pace. I love its pacing, right?
It's one of my favorites.
Favorites of the year so
Yeah.
far, and it's just it's paced well. It gives you like, but it's not super long.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had the pacing in Ready Player One, you have a really great movie.
Yeah.
It does drag in a couple bits. You really want to be in the Oasis like for most of the movie, and you are. But
Yeah, that's the thing. Like watching this movie wants you to have an Oasis.
yeah,
Like,
and
you literally
yeah.
wish there was
I
something
mean,
like this.
it kind of already
Yet.
does in the form of Second Life, but even then, they can't do anything that, like they can't do everything that you see in the Oasis.
Right.
And it
It's
had
not there yet, but you know, we're getting there. I mean, I think that we're eventually going to see something like the Oasis in the future.
2025.
You think there'll
and
be a
then-
sequel to this?
Nah.
I don't,
Is it a book trilogy or is it just one
It
book?
was
No,
just one
no.
book.
Are you sure?
I think it was just one book.
I'm about to look
We'll
this
have-
up.
It's not
We'll
like
have
the
to look-
books, they always come in like threes or something like that.
I mean, we'll have to look that up because as far
Then
as
again,
I know,
everything has
I only
sequels.
know of the one book. So
And I'll say this: Ben Medler, like hands down, killed it as the villain.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
thing at the end, though, I don't
The
know.
smirk where he has the egg, I thought that was a little like out of
Yeah, like it's just like really in this one
character.
moment.
He's a
At this
really
point-
underrated
at this
actor.
point,
He's in
he
a
gets
lot.
up, you know what I
it's
mean? Like I
Halliday's
would have shot the
Halliday's
fucking
actor.
kid.
No, the villain.
Oh, the
no.
villain.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know
okay.
what's Halliday from.
I don't know
Never
what he's
seen him.
from, but I love.
Come on, man. He's from all Spielberg's movies. Bridge of Spies and Big Friendly Giant.
I've never
Oh,
seen
really?
Bridge of Spies.
I loved how his
Bridge of
character
Spies
was.
is
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Check that one out.
Yeah.
Like how he was like recluse almost, like he didn't know how to interact with people. Because
But there are people like that,
You get people who are like high intellectuals are usually like
They
really
social
poor at
skills are
social
really
skills.
yeah.
And I felt that held true, especially with the whole the kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I really felt for Halliday's character. I really did.
I just think the biggest thing, and this is my last negative, the biggest like thing I see with Ready Player One is that maybe in the future it has rewatch value for the what characters and which, but watching it for its story, I feel like it's again the spectacle
But
of
you know
all
what?
these characters.
I feel like it's not a movie that people are gonna watch for the story. Ironic. It's gonna be that
No.
movie that a friend's gonna say, "Oh, you've never seen Ready Player One? Oh shit, you need to watch Ready Player One. It's
Yeah.
got this in it.
Yeah,
It's got
I feel
that
like
in
the
it."
scenes are gonna be like
People are
more
gonna be like,
memorable
"Check
than
out
the
this
actual
scene,
movie.
You know, you have to
Yeah,
see
I mean,
this.
like that fight, like that fight at the end, like that's like, you want to see like your favorite character fight your other favorite character. Guess what? It's
See
happening.
which one- oh, it's
Yeah.
probably. I want to see which one it was.
And that's what it is. That's why people are gonna
Yeah,
see this
King
movie.
Kong versus T-Rex, Gundam versus Godzilla. What
Oh,
else
the
you have in
Gundam
there?
versus God, hands
That
down.
was
Yeah.
awesome.
But I'm gonna have to go with Bucky. The best scene in the movie, The Shining.
Yeah,
It-
Lions
You know,
did it
I've
too.
never watched the
You've never seen it?
I haven't
seen
seen
The
it. I
Shining.
haven't seen it either.
Man,
Oh.
When he goes in the room, everyone like tensed up, and I'm like, I don't
only
get
thing
it.
Stephen King I have seen is
I felt
it.
like that guy. I was like, I don't get it. And I was
That's
so
an
shocked.
Oh, so you're like 8. Okay. So pretty much, I mean, the thing is, so it was actually kind of interesting. I wish I was sitting with you
I
now.
mean, I got. I haven't
Because-
seen The Shining, but I got the references.
Yeah,
I
you didn't get any of the
When
reference?
they're like in the shower, I don't get it. What's with the bathtub? Because I thought that was the.
No.
the
I love how
evil
they were
psycho.
definitely like
I
PG-13
was like,
with
alright,
it, like
that
his
makes
hand
sense.
magically covers up the boobs. It's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
like how,
oh.
You notice they never showed Jack Nicholson. Like I really thought he was going to show up all CGI.
I was saying that too.
I-
I'm like,
I-
yo,
I-
Jack
Jack
Nicholson.
Nicholson.
I was just
shows
waiting for Jack to like poke his head in.
Yo,
Like,
Jack
oh, that's
Nicholson
it, you know,
said,
here's
you can get the
Johnny.
T-Rex from Jurassic Park, but you ain't getting my ass. I'm not signing
But,
the
like,
paper.
when he went in the room, and they zoomed in on the door, and everyone like tensed up around me. I was like, I don't get it. I was like, what happened? I was like, I never watched Dragon. What's going on?
No. The hands down the best. I
I knew
mean,
the kids, the two twins.
the twins,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, that's
Come
all.
play with us, Dan. I'm surprised that nobody was screaming Red Rum in the movie. Yo, that would have killed it.
Did you notice the subtle Rosebud reference though to Stephen King?
What do you mean?
When he's talking, he's like, "You're his Rosebud."
Isn't that the?
That's
sign?
from Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
I was about to say like what?
I want to say Stephen King.
I don't know. I mean, I think
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
I'm-
all good.
I might have been the only one in the group that picked up on like a Sarax like grinning demon head from the classic Dungeons and Dragons module Tomb of Horrors on the back of the truck.
Yeah, I didn't know what that. Everyone said there's a couple of people who were like,
Here's
"Oh,
why we
look."
would need Curtis for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Curtis, where are you at?
D&D reference that magic item they have
can
is
go wrong.
clearly a fucking D20.
With a mad ball that blows up.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
Oh, that was with you.
That was
I have a
awesome.
Predator
There were a lot of good references in there too. Oh yeah, the Predator. Oh my gosh.
Or the alien part. Yeah.
The alien scene was actually really cool too. That's the thing, like,
Goro, the Mortal Kombat. The kid had the pen too.
Yeah.
He had a Mortal Kombat pen. There was like I said, there was so many subtle little
I have
like
to think.
imagery that was just awesome.
yeah, what was the best reference? That's hard.
I really like Chucky. That game.
Chucky.
That was like
That was hilarious.
great.
Fucking chalk.
Yeah,
It's fucking
the only
Chucky.
F word in a PG-13.
You know what's
Perfectly
funny though?
used.
The guy who said it's fucking Chucky was the guy who was working on the game.
Really?
Yeah, it was the same dude. Which doesn't make sense because if he's on the game, he can't be getting attacked by Chucky.
True.
I love the I don't know. I love the whole aspect they had in the war room where like when the people died, they turned red
respawn.
and they would really quick switch. I just felt like that was a very like gamer.
You know what it actually reminded me of, and I was thinking this. Remember in Guardians 2 when they're in the pods and they're not even exactly, but they're not really like it's like a video game. I'm like, oh, all right, I see where Ready Player One got its inspiration, but actually this came out first, so
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's very topical too, because virtual reality is like huge now.
yeah, and even the drones that they were using,
Yeah,
I'm just
all the
like,
drones,
wow,
yeah.
like that was. I loved it. I think there's a lot of potential at Ready Player One. The references are really the meat of the movie.
Spot on, man. It's the nostalgic. It's not so much what the movie's about. It's the feeling that the movie
Yeah.
gives you when you see these iconic
What?
figures that you know.
I'll give Stephen King, I mean, not Stephen King, shit.
Spielberg.
Spielberg credit. He gave the guy from Hurricane Heist a second job.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yo, he played his uncle. It's just like, yo.
He's like, the guy from Hurricane Heist.
I saw his face.
Yeah.
He was in Hurricane. You didn't see Hurricane Heist.
Who was he in the
Worst movie. Were you there? Or?
No, I unfortunately missed that, and I'm kicking myself in the ass.
Yo.
Now
Hurricane
Now
Heist.
I have to sit and wait and hope that Riff Tracks gets a hold of that film.
That movie is terrible. And I was looking at him like, yo, they really... Because at first you couldn't tell it was him. Or was it a different guy in the first? Was it a different? It was the same dude?
It was him. It was him.
All right. Because I know on the phone it was definitely him. But I'm
could hear
like,
his
man.
voice.
But when he had that... I'm like, yo, is that really the dude from Hurricane Heist? Like, the Irish dude? Like, what?
You killed my mother's sister.
His aunt's
You killed my
boyfriend,
mother's
such a
sister's
fuck-
husband's roommate,
his
which has
aunt's
no
boyfriend,
relationship to
Such
you.
a fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. And there were some... It was very cheesy. Like, I don't know. When I think of my top Spielberg movies, like E.T., Jurassic Park,
I
Jaws...
really wish there was a Jaws reference.
Yeah.
Am I
Jaws would have been cool.
am I the only one who
Schindler's List.
That's the thing, though. He omitted his stuff from the movie. Granted, he left in the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, which is the only reference of
And
his
even
stuff.
then, you don't know.
But
It's just a T-Rex. You really
You
can't
could have
say
been like, oh, it's just a T-Rex.
I mean,
but you,
the thing
in
is
your
the
mind, your
roar.
mind is associating it with
Right,
Jurassic
because
Park.
you know he directed
Yeah.
it.
I mean, am I the only one who is amused by the fact that the villain's avatar is just basically a really buff guy in a suit?
Yeah.
He looks like...
You can be anything, and you're just like a
Yeah.
bigger version of yourself.
I'll be honest. At first I thought he was like Superman. I'm like, he's got the curl and everything.
Yeah, I did
I
notice
was
the
waiting
S
for him at
curl.
the end of the movie to rip the suit off and be like, I'm like, yo, this is if that
Didn't they
happens.
say
I'm
something
done.
about Superman?
They made the joke like
Yeah,
you have
the
to
Clark Kent.
disguise yourself.
The
Yeah.
Clark Kent glasses.
And that was cool, too.
Like,
Like...
that was the other thing. They gave these like artifacts like real like nerd references.
Yeah.
You get like glasses.
But,
Like Clark Kent glasses. You know what I mean?
But that's another thing, like, with the villain... Like,
gauntlet that turns you into like
He's-
any
Yeah.
giant robot you want.
he's such a, like, he should have still been Optimus Prime. But, I mean...
And TJ
Yeah,
Miller was.
my-
Yeah.
That's
All
a
right.
missed
He
opportunity.
could have been Voltron.
He could have been Voltron. That
I
would've
was
been
thinking
hot.
that, like, yo,
That's-
Voltron comes in this, that's it.
like no Voltron, no
It
like,
had to
Optimus
be either
Prime.
a
Like
Gundam, a Voltron. It could have
mean,
been
great.
Fortress Maximus.
But I was going to say, that's one thing that the villain, all right, Ben Mendel's scary. So I love how he's such a corporate asshole, but it's like his flaws literally get him. It's like, who puts their password, like, right
Yeah,
there?
but
Just
that's the
shows
thing,
how
'cause
much...
he's not a gamer.
Exactly.
He's not
But his own flaws get him into a situation, and that's what I like. It's very clever on that note. Same thing with, like, watching it. Like, there's not patrolling, they have 10-minute lunches. Like, when she was trapped, it's like, well, she just walked out. It's like, well, yeah, because your system is designed where it's like they get breaks. So, of
Yeah.
course, anybody can just waddle out. And you can just tell.
and that right there, is like, something that they're probably legally required to offer.
But even...
It's literally a job.
Yeah, but even in the earpiece scene where he's like, "Oh, I'll make the high schools look like the one in Breakfast Club in
And
Richmond,"
he just-
and I'm just like, any '80s kid knows damn well John Hughes always uses his movies in Chicago. So don't come in here and do Fast Times at Richmond High. And I love how he called him out on it. I'm just like, I loved it. Like, he was such a great villain.
Even his
Until the
appearance
end.
when he had it, you notice his jacket was off, like his shirt was unbuttoned, like they made it so like he was really trying to like sway this guy by like.
Yeah.
Even his mannerisms were like.
He reminded
really,
me
like,
of
laid
the,
back.
the
He
cor-
reminded me of the principal in Breakfast Club.
Right?
That's like he's like the perfect corporate
Cracking
tool.
skulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't understand why they would use a tab reference. That's so disgusting.
I've never had Tab. Do they even still make it, or?
Yeah,
do,
they
yeah.
do. It is
I want to say you
disgusting.
can get it at ShopRite.
I'm about to buy some Tab. Like, legit.
Just buy one can.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
No.
return it back.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, at some point in life, I will get a house, and I'm gonna throw an '80s party, and I will have nothing but Tab, and it's just like, yo,
Gatorade, Tang.
He'll be wondering why everyone's
Tab.
sitting outside his house drinking normal shit.
We're gonna have Tab, Pepsi free. Yo, it's gonna be
Crystal
lit.
Pepsi- No, that was the 90s. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
New Coke. You need New Coke.
New Coke.
They still make it.
Yo.
Coke, they still make it. It's like Coke 2 or something like that. You'd have to import it though.
And we're gonna have the Noid on top of the Domino's pizza boxes.
The Pizza Hut reference. You guys got that, right?
Oh yeah.
Just like the drone delivery.
I was about to say they should have had Pizza the Hut come in there.
But that was the only one. I didn't see anything else like advertising wise.
Cause why would they?
What do you mean you didn't see anything else advertisement? Did they name
But-
drop Tab?
Yo, you know what also made me mad? When it's like the entire crowd, like, we know what you did to our
And
town.
they let him go.
They let him go because he has a gun. I'm like,
he's
you're
got
all.
8
Yeah.
bullets. I was like, he's got 8 bullets at the max.
Yo, I'm like,
There's literally like 100 people around him. It's
you
just
could
like
one.
walking through.
All you need
I
is
feel
one
that,
person.
Like, if an entire,
Just
entire
jump
crowd
on the
would've
fucking
ripped
guy.
him apart,
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
but I figure they think kids movie. You know what I mean? Kids are gonna see it. They're not gonna.
You know what?
That's what I feel like the real world consequences would be. The minute he showed up in that park, he would have been ripped apart.
Yeah.
Indian movie's lit, dude. Is that what that was?
It's all about that
I don't know.
Bollywood. Son.
This movie's like 4
We can go
hours.
around favorite scenes.
The Shining scene, man.
All right.
I'm gonna go a tie between The Shining and Chucky.
Trying Chucky.
I think I'm gonna go with the final battle just in general. All the, you know what? Now I'm going with the Hadouken
Okay.
at the end.
Or the Gundam.
RX 78 versus Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
All right.
I can just imagine, like, you know, when you're a kid, you got your toys. You're just like,
That's what that final scene was. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, we all did that scene in our basements when we were kids.
I'm definitely gonna have to go with The Shining. Like it's just it actually makes me want to get the movie poster now because I'm like, I don't know, it's cool. Like it just I like how they spent an entire section of the movie just on that.
yeah.
They didn't show any of that in the trailer either.
Exactly, they hit it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was
yo,
perfect.
I loved it. So overall score, I'm gonna go with a 3.
3.5.
3.
3.5, 4.
4.
All right, so the overall score for the Guys Night Crew is a 3.4, but we're gonna round it up because it's Ready Player One to a 3.5 for Ready Player One, which didn't get a 1 out of 4 stars. Surprisingly.
Well, you gotta wait. Kills hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Keels is gonna walk in
Yeah, it's
here.
gonna be like-
I hated it all.
Scary shit, man.
Exactly. Where's Black Panther in that for the references? 1. I can see him now.
They didn't have any comic book. Oh, no, they did
Batman.
Batman. Yeah,
They did
Batman.
Batman, Superman, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harley Quinn was definitely. Yo,
Deathstroke was in it.
Yeah, that's true. We saw Deathstroke at the one.
TJ Miller told
Yes.
straight
It's
up
like
to
when
Harley
he's
Quinn
walking
leave.
into the club, there's a guy with 2 swords, and I was like, is that Death? And I was like, oh my
Really?
god, I was like, Slade.
They made a reference to Spider-Man and the Hulk. That's just a reference, but I have to think: were there any Marvel?
No, that's what I'm saying. I
I mean,
don't think I saw any Marvel
they
references.
name dropped Bruce Banner and Peter Parker.
It's
but-
Spider-Man, yeah, but I
But
don't.
then again, I don't know if. Then again, you have to deal with the mouse, and you know if you're not
yeah.
if you're not
Mess
giving
with the
money,
mouse.
Mickey's not playing nice.
He owns everything. But yeah,
I don't
they
know,
didn't.
yeah.
Now that I think about it, I don't see any Marvel. It was all like,
It's the Aquaman trailer.
that's true.
Oh, the
There's an
it's
Aquaman trailer?
it's fine. I like.
way to blow it.
I
Oh,
made. Is it online or?
I'm giving Aquaman is on the
because
trailer.
Oh.
I think I missed the first
You
one,
were late,
too.
so you missed
Yeah,
the first
that's-
3.
All right, honestly, here's my thing.
I watched
Well,
like the
we're
first
in a
trailer
universe
too.
where
So I was
Aquaman
like,
gets his own movie. Why can't
Oh yeah, here's my thing. I purposely said, all right, look, I need to do a lot. I need to get cash out. I need to pay my phone bill. And realistically, I was like, every trailer that's
dude, I
attached to
said the
this.
same thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm about to start coming a little late because I've seen.
I've
all
seen
these
every trailer,
trailers
and I'm just
100
like,
times.
now the trailers I will
They can
see.
show the Avengers trailer.
But yeah,
over and
the
over again,
Avengers
and
I
will
can
still
watch
it.
again, but everything
Yeah.
else, even the Jurassic World trailer, I'm like tired of
I'm
seeing.
tired of
They
seeing
need
that.
a new
I
one,
really am.
like, badly.
When's that comes out June?
June,
There
yeah.
should be a new
You think they would
trailer.
have a new one? Like
I'm tired of seeing the Jurassic World trailer. I'm tired of seeing the Rampage trailer.
Well, that's why I said like I'm good. Like, I time it now. I'm like, Ready Player One. There's about 15, 20 minutes of trailers. I'll roll in here at about like, I'm gonna get my dinner and take my time. But
you
for
bring the sushi in?
I brought it in. Yeah,
Is that the perks from working here? They let you-
they don't care. It's just like, yeah, it was a nice sushi. It was a multi.
ShopRite sushi.
They gotta edit this
Still
out.
good. Yeah.
We
You
got
guys
your
are gonna
manager
make this
listening.
sushi.
Yo.
Like, ShopRite sushi?
Bob, I ate sushi. What was that, Jared? He hears everything. All right,
He
but
comes out of this theater. What was
exactly,
that?
what was that? But no, so I don't know. Trailers, I'll be here for Avengers when they show that. But that's a side note. So
That's a whole nother
yeah,
topic.
tangents. So until next time, it's been Jared Avery.
But hold on before we
go
head
ahead.
off. Jared's going to be at Awesome Con this weekend. So if anybody wants to get a hug with the Boyega stunt double,
Yo,
you know where to find him.
did
at
I
Awesome
tell you?
Con.
Did I tell you my grand plan?
What?
So
Are you gonna wear the fin jacket again?
oh, I'm definitely wearing the fin jacket. So John
Realize
Boyega.
Natasha's with you now. No,
Oh, I know.
you can't talk to any pretty Star Wars.
Are you Finn?
Shit.
Well, no, my grand plan, right? So
Let me guess. Is it Finn's jacket over John Boyega's, gear from
Pacific Rim?
Pacific Rim?
no, he has a
Oh,
panel.
It's the jacket under
Now
it.
look,
Okay, gotcha.
I did the math, so listen up if he's listening to this. So John Boyega, please. About to make sure this one goes up.
You better hashtag.
Exactly.
Is he gonna be at?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be at Awesome
Are you
Con.
gonna meet? You're meeting
nice.
him?
All right, here's the thing.
Dude, you have to get a picture.
And that's what I said. Everybody and their brother is like, you have to get a picture, but here's the thing. He is $200.
Holy mother of God.
Unless you
Yeah.
split it or something.
Dude, he better have
Somehow.
sex.
Dude,
Yeah, there's what?
dude, that's $200 well
Yo,
spent, dude.
but here's the thing. He has a panel. He has a panel, I think, on Saturday. My goal is they always do Q&As at these panels. My goal is to get in the
jacket,
Q&A.
he might,
Exactly.
volunteer to do the pic.
And I'm like, yo, John Boyega, my friends always tell me that me and you look alike. Can we take a selfie? And if that's the case, yo, I just saved $200. If he doesn't,
Then if he doesn't,
right? Isn't that a great idea? Like,
if
it's
he
just
do-
like, yo.
If he doesn't, you're out $200.
SC Pro fan?
No.
Nice dude. Then.
Well, I mean, I brought my Last Jedi. Here's the thing. I mean, I'm mainly going because Boy Meets World is going to be there, but I'm like, yeah, but
That's still a
You
thing.
mean Batista?
yeah, Batista. But depending on how much cash I have left, I'll get Boyega. I don't know. I really.
Why isn't?
Is
what do you
who?
mean- What do you mean you have left? Boyega should be a top priority for you.
Nah.
Don't you need him?
Who?
Poster.
You should have just put money aside.
Sebastian
specifically
Stan?
for him
Boyega.
each
Boyega.
week.
He signed my. I have a Force Awakens poster signed by him.
Well,
But
you-
this is my Last Jedi.
Now you
poster.
need to get him to sign your Last Jedi poster.
Exactly. So
So you better
We'll
start
see.
saving that money, dude. You only got a day.
it's okay.
Like, yo, if
no,
you
I
get
have
a
enough.
Stunt
You
double.
better start working that corner.
I'm here
I was
for
about
you.
to say no, but I'm debating. Like realistically, I wish it was
Stands on the
200
corner.
for both.
Work for Boyega.
Yeah.
I wish it was 200 for both. But 200 for just a
You
photo.
gotta get his accent down.
Hello,
like
hello there.
Horrible.
Me and my friends say that we all look alike here. He's gonna be offended. Like
Don't do that.
exactly.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Security.
Oh, I have something for you, sir. Security. Get the coppers out here for him. All right. So we do it for the sake of the podcast. And do we even go around saying
we
names?
don't.
No. Jared Avery.
Newman.
Angel.
Charlie.
All right. Remember, we do it for the sake of the podcast. Until next time, we
We're
out.
out.